I had an anger problem. I couldn't get help for that anger problem. My anger problem led me to a higher problem.
Good evening. Why did John Gardner kill Amber Dubois and Chelsea King, and could those killings have been prevented?
Those are questions only Gardner can answer. Questions News 8's Rekha Mudaraj asked him during her exclusive 2.5-hour interview.
Well, Carlo and Barbara Lee, John Gardner is speaking exclusively to News 8 about his long history of mental illness and what led him to commit those horrendous crimes. He tells me he received a stack of emails in jail. They all had the same question. Why?
There's so many things that caused me to go into a spiraling downhill that I went in.
Confessed rapist and murderer John Gardner on the phone with News 8 tries to explain the unexplainable.
You think that I don't have guilt and I don't hate myself for what I did? I hate myself. I want to be dead. Why did you do it, John? I was not in control.
The registered sex offender claims the attacks on Chelsea King and Amber Dubois were not about sex, but rather anger and rage, stemming from childhood abuse.
When I was 5, I was molested. It wasn't a guy that molested me. It was a female.
Court records confirm Gardner is diagnosed with ADHD. He's bipolar with serious anger management issues.
Okay, I've been on medication my whole life.
Gardner claims his downward spiral began after an unnamed female family member started an incestuous relationship with him in late 2007.
I had another person start raping me, as I kind of told you, the family member one. And then it's been continuous. It was an ongoing thing, continuous since then.
It's not your mom?
It's not my mom.
Gardner would not answer questions about the events that led up to the killing of Amber Dubois in February 2009. But on the one-year anniversary of Amber's murder, Gardner says he tried to commit suicide.
February 13th, I tried to kill myself. I did 5 triple tabs of ecstasy. And I've never done ecstasy before, and I didn't even know what the heck it would do. I was just hoping that it would kill me. And I drank an 18-pack of beer.
What happened?
Not a damn thing.
That's when Gardner says he tried to admit himself into a Riverside County mental hospital.
I called all these mental health places saying, I'm losing control, I need help. They told me, oh, too bad, as soon as they found out I was a sex offender. I said, quote, I am 5150. And they said, the fact that you say you're 5150, we know you're not.
Instead, he was given an antidepressant and medication for bipolar disorder.
I asked to go into Patton State Hospital, okay? Mm-hmm. I asked the doctor that I saw when I went and saw him for the medication, I said, I just want to go into Patton. He said, well, I don't think you're dangerous. Now, if I'm denied help, am I fully to blame? Well, for my actions, hell yeah, I understand. But could it have been prevented? Yeah, it could have.
Our John Gardner exclusive continues tomorrow on News 8 at 5. He talks about his conviction 10 years ago for sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl and why his status as a sex offender ended up making him homeless. We'll have more on that coming up tomorrow on News 8 at 5.
We realize this is a very sensitive issue for the families involved. We did notify them in advance of airing this story. Amber's mother came to the station and watched the story before it aired. Amber's father, Maurice Dubois, says that he won't watch the story or listen to the interview. He held a news conference this evening.
The mere ignorance of an organization to allow this admitted child abductor, rapist, and murderer of our daughter Amber to be given a platform from which to preach his apology or his mere thoughts is utterly appalling.
We need some closure. That's the only positive thing I saw about this interview being conducted with him, is that he says openly that he will answer any questions to the family.
The family of Chelsea King issued a statement that they would be keeping their feelings about the interview private.